Nonetheless, let's move on to the next show. I actually, when this show was added on Netflix, I decided to watch it, see if it was any good, and I give it like a 4, maybe like a 3.5 stars. It's a good show. Camp Lazlo.
I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did enjoy the show. It was another weird show, though. It was another weird show.
What was the rhinoceros' name? Oh, I can't remember.
Oh. What was his name? Dang it. I think it was like, it was Lazlo.
It was Clam.
Yeah, Clam. It was Lazlo, Clam, and what's the elephant's name?
Raj.
Yeah, Raj. Okay, yeah, that's right. And then I think that show was really done well. I thought at first that because Tom Kenny was in it,
yeah, he was the moose.
He was the moose, and he was Clam.
Yeah,
and I was like, wow, maybe they.
That dude has been like in almost every cartoon we've talked about.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. At first I thought that was like, oh, did the SpongeBob people decide to leave to make a new show? No, I was like,
didn't leave yet.
Pretty decent show.
Mm-hmm. I like it. It's a cool idea, like the whole like Boy Scout and camps, and I like Lazlo, how he's like really loyal to the camp itself, and then you have the Moose, who's the head leader, is like, I don't want to be here. This sucks. I thought that was really kind of
a
cool.
weird show.
I like the movie where the camp got closed down and they have to go find the head camp or whatever and try and reopen it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I really like that show, and I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Was it one of the best Cartoon Network shows?
No.
Debatable, but not really, in my opinion. It was good. It was there, and I liked it. So that's about all I have to say for Camp Lazlo. This is another show that I watched once or twice, but I never really got hooked on it. My Gym Partner's a Monkey.
This was a okay show.
Yeah, I watched it.
I watched it, but I was never excited about it.
Yeah, the concept was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the title.
When they say it in the theme song, like why he's in there, I'm like, okay.
Because his last name is Lion.
Yeah.
He goes to a school for animals. This is
okay.
I'm like,
what world we live in.
It's because his first name is Adam, so it's a lion. So like, he's a lion, and then
I didn't know that. Is that actually part of the show, or
that's like how he got to the school?
Well,
yeah, I was
and
thinking,
then they never brought it up again. They were
everything's
just like,
clear now.
That was an okay show.
I thought the thing I liked about the show the most was the school. Like they had like the water creatures, like he'd go swimming through school, and then he had like the penguins and polar bears, and they had like that Antarctic area.
It was
I always thought that.
Yeah, it would show a mix to deal with all the animals, like vines for the monkeys, water for the aquatic. That was pretty.
It catered to every animal, and I thought that was really cool. And like, I mean, there were some episodes that were kind of weird. Like I remember the show there was an episode where the school got closed down because of bat guano. Yeah, and I was kind of like, what? Yeah, and they had to have school in a shed, and I was like, what kind of show is this again? Like, it was good.
It wasn't really.
There were some times that it was good, and there were sometimes that I was just like, this isn't that great.
Yes. And it's kind of a forgettable show, though.
Yeah, it is in a way. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this show, and we're going to be talking about all the spinoffs it's had, or I guess continuations it's had. This show has been huge. It's blown up immensely, and ever since it came out, I've been wondering why. Ben 10. Why has this show been blowing up? Like, I get the idea. Like, I watched the trailer when I was little. I was like, this show looks pretty interesting. I was like, it looks okay.
I watched the first series, the original Ben 10, where it was just them traveling around the country, taking stuff down. And then it got weird. And then the Ben 10
Alien Force.
Yeah, Alien Force came where like they had to travel to space and they became plumbers, and that just got stopped.
I'm like, okay, you're just straying from the path.
Yeah, Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, and Omniverse. It was okay.
Yeah, Alien Force went on a long time because then it became Ultimate Alien, where like they're traveling through space stuff. They dragged the show out too long.
Yeah, but the original Ben 10 is pretty good.
Yeah, the original one.
I was surprised how they did, like, we actually did a live-action movie on Ben 10.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
I was watching the trailer for this, I'm like, is this an April?
I watched the first one where it was just,
it was
just the kid, and then it wasn't good.
Yeah.
And then I saw Ben 10 Ultimate Alien movie come out. I was like, what?
It's like, I'm not watching it.
Yeah. There were, like, a ton of movies and a ton of shows. I'm literally to this day wondering what made this show huge.
I mean, like, it's an interesting concept. He gets like a watch, or something, I forget what it's called. And then like he's president. He has like 10 aliens. Hence the name Ben 10. But then he got like hundreds of more aliens.
There's an episode where he travels to the future and they call him Ben 10,000.
Yeah,
because he has like every species ever in his watch.
Like the idea is very creative, very very creative, and I applaud Man of Action for that's people. For making that show. And I think, though, that I don't understand why it's so massive. Like, everybody Like, it's obviously successful because they have, like, what, 4 shows?
Yeah,
total?
and there was something about the show that made it great.
Yeah.
I guess so.
All the designs for the aliens were really creative, and all the powers that they had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did like the aliens he did.
Because you would have the speedster, the one with 4 arms, the one who could take control of technology. That was cool. And
that guy was pretty good. I like
sometimes
the green
they
guy.
also kind of went dark, because there's one when Ghost Freak.
Yeah, he turned
evil.
out to be evil, and he possessed stuff.
Yeah, because you find out his DNA was put in the watch when he didn't want it to, and so he tried to take control of Ben so he could be himself again.
Wasn't that like... No, it wasn't the... did you ever see the movie where, like, they travel to space because his watch is busted?
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, the cousin, like, dies in the middle, but then it turns out that she was alive.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
It's strayed from the path. They tried to make all these different things. It got too complicated.
Yeah, so there's the Ghost Freak stuff, but then also, like, when Ben almost died because of the watch, like, almost exploding. So it could take some serious moments. So that was really cool.
Yeah, the developers that make these shows, because they made Ultimate Spider-Man, Generator Rex, which we'll talk about later, they have shown that they're actually willing to go to the darker parts of the show's, I guess, limits of core, and I can appreciate that.
The cool part was throughout the show, as you see Ben actually become a hero.
Yeah,
so that was cool.
That is.
I only watched the first 2 seasons actually, the Ben 10 and the Ben 10 Alien Force. I only watched Alien Force because it shows what happens several years later.
It was grown up.
It turned out to be okay.
Yeah, it was alright, and then it got adult Alien.
Yeah, and then it went back to he was a kid again. And I'm like, wait,
yeah.
What? He was. Forget it.
All right, and then the last one we're going to talk about for this part is the one we actually watched a little while ago, Chowder.
Yes.
What do you guys think about Chowder?
Best show at the time. It was great. I loved it.
We got one guy who loves this show. What do you guys think?
I thought it was a great show.
I've seen like every episode.
I think it's really good.
This was definitely kind of like the next generation of cartoons before we got into the one we are now.
It started the whole Adventure Time thing.
Yeah.
Because it went from Chowder, then it was Flapjack.
Yeah, this was probably my favorite cartoon.
We're going to talk about that one right after.
It was probably my favorite cartoon at the time as well.
It started that random kind of weird humor.
Yeah.
It would just be random humor.
It was great
humor. Like, Chowder was funny. I like how they did all the stuff with the food that they had to make up in this universe that they made. So that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I love how it was just basically one big giant parody because all the foods they do, there's like misconstrued names of all things. And I loved how all the characters, their names were a certain food that's actually real. Chowder, mung, dal, gorgonzola, panini, those are all real foods.
I know, and I think that's actually pretty cool. It's creative, but it's like so like it's
weird. It's great.
Smart below the surface. Like you're looking at this, like wait, these are all food. What the heck? Like these characters are all literally named after food. It's not original, but it's creative.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah, you watch it and you're thinking, it's not good, but you look at it, it's like, this is actually really smart. This is really smart idea because you don't see how good it is until you actually pay attention to it.
Yeah, I remember going to school when I was in junior high because that was when the show was coming out. And everybody would be talking about, did you see Chowder, dude? It was so funny. Yeah, dude, Chowder's so great. I'm like, Chowder? What the heck is Chowder? And then I haven't watched it until I recently watched it on Netflix, and I was like, this is a darn funny show. It's good. Like, it's a good show.
So we found out Blake didn't watch any cartoons as a kid.
Blake watched a few cartoons as a kid.
So, pretty much no cartoons.
Very little cartoons.
I was hooked on all the shows we're going to get to in another
all the Nickelodeon
afterwards.
shows.
But I was mostly watching Justice League and Batman and Superman. When I was that age, superheroes and Smash Brothers Melee was like all that mattered.